making that money. Scotty milk money. Oh my God, you know Scott Melker? Yo, G, you know I got the new thing that's gonna put us all ahead. Yeah, the music business, like you said earlier, it is a shitty business, man. The only thing great about it is that you get to do what you love if you're a musician. You know?
What's up, everybody? I'm Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of Wall Streets. Today, I have a very special guest to have a very special conversation. This is my dear friend, Garrett Dutton, also known as G.Love, who most of you likely know as G.Love, and Special Sauce with his band.
Cooling out, waiting for my lady. Got the special sauce, that's so she's my baby.
Now, not only is Garrett a famous musician and singer, but he's also massively into NFTs and crypto. So I want to dive right into it. Man, tell me about when you first got into crypto, Bitcoin, and why you were interested in the first place.
Okay, so we were on our annual trip to Art Basel, which is an art fair in Miami, and this was, I guess, 2017, and that's in the first weekend of December. So that was right as the Bitcoin came onto my radar screen, because these guys had Coinbase apps that I was staying with, and they were freaking out because they were rich guys with a lot of money invested, and they're, I looked over at one of the guys' thing, it was like, over $1 million, and so what's going on? And so this is my first time hearing about, really my first time kind of engaging it and trying to wrap my head around it. And I said, well, hook me up. And they said, look, just get a Coinbase, just get the Coinbase app and, put in $500 or $100 or $1,000 and just get your feet wet. So I listened to them, and I did. And
that's interesting because you kind of bought the top, right? A
Yeah,
lot
I
of
bought
us,
the top.
so many people came in 2017 and just
That's
they
what I
bought the
did.
top. But you kept those diamond hands and you held all the way through, right?
Yes.
Because I know
Yeah,
I've
of course,
seen, we were hanging out not long ago. Maybe it was long ago. Time flies, and we were looking at your stuff and you were buying some more. So I know that you held it that whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like putting my whole life savings in it, and I did buy at the top the first time, but yeah, I held it. But it was interesting because then it kind of, as that market softened, and it just became less exciting all of a sudden. You just kind of step back away from it. But the interesting thing for me was that when Coinbase first started, then you could tie your Visa or your credit card to it, right? So I had my Visa tied to it. So I just started putting, $100, $200, $500, $50 buying Ethereum and Litecoin and Bitcoin and maybe a reoccurring buys, and just kept dabbling into it. And then,
that's the way to go, man. Dollar cost average.
Yeah.
That's the way you make money. That's what I talk about all the time. So listen, I found that for me, I also got into it not so long before you, maybe a year before you, like 2016. And I was all about the money too, right? It was the same thing. I had friends who showed me an app. They said, look, I'm making crazy money. You like trading, come trade this, right? But then when it crashed and we went through that sort of crypto winter, that's when I really dug into why it mattered. Like, what is it? What am I trading? Why does this matter? And I know that for you, like, you are passionate about helping people. You're definitely passionate about people having that sort of opt-out opportunity from the system. So what is it about it at this point that excites you or gets you interested?
So to me, crypto has the opportunity to help a lot of people that, let's be honest, our world's not fair, and it's not fair for a whole lot of reasons, and it's skewed against a lot of people. There's opportunity for people to even the playing field.
Speaking of things that aren't fair, the music industry, right? I mean, I didn't
made a good move.
I didn't necessarily intend to go here, but one of the clunkiest things and the most difficult parts of the music industry, obviously, is ever getting your money, especially if it's royalties and all these things. And we've heard people, this is not the direction you're immediately going with NFTs, but we've heard people start to talk about the use cases of NFTs and crypto for faster tracking and royalty payments and things like that. So what got you initially interested as an artist into the NFT and crypto space? Obviously, as an individual, you were interested in crypto. Obviously, you're interested in your art. Where did the marriage come together?
We were out on tour in San Francisco, and Citizen Cope, who's a dear friend, had left. He's a funny guy. He left me a message like 2 weeks before and said, yo, G, I got the new thing that's going to put us all ahead. I mean, I'm gonna go, stay tuned. This is gonna change your life. And then in the meantime, the NFT thing got on my radar screen. I happened to be staying at a buddy's house. The guy who was house sitting was this guy Evan, and he was really into crypto. As a matter of fact, that's how I knew how famous you were, because he goes, "Oh my God, you know Scott Melker?" And I go, "Yeah, I know Scott Melker. I mean, we've been working together for a long time. I work with his wife, And then all of a sudden, it was like the NFT craze. So to me, this was interesting because if you could see behind me, I got a lot of physical art that I collect. Or all around in my world, and I love art, and I love street art, and a lot of street artists started engaging in the NFT space. People like Greg Mike, and who's one of my favorite artists. And then all of a sudden, this thing's like hitting hard, and you're reading the news, and like people are making a ton of money, and what is this? Can I do one? And then Cope ended up doing one of the first ones that a musician's. Well, no, the Kings of Leon did one first. They put the whole record out.
They put a whole album out on NFTs. Whole album. Yeah.
And then Cope did one after where he did a song on an NFT that was like a unreleased mix of something from his new record. And then he also offered like 4 free tickets to his show at the City Winery in New York. And he did well. He sold it for 7 ETH. So that was like, wow. I mean, that was $30,000 or whatever. So to me, the NFT thing has a lot of applications in music, in art, in the music business, like ticket sales, and in the physical art world. If you guys maybe the street artist Banksy. Well, if you get a Banksy print, right, you're gonna get a certificate of authenticity on the back of it, right? So it's a piece of paper, right?
Yeah, to be forged.
It'll be an NFT next time. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So these everything that you want to verify that this is the real thing will have an NFT in the art world. And so even though now NFTs are like collectibles, I see them kind of moving into a different space, or as well as occupying a different space of kind of more everyday stuff. Like if you're gonna buy a ticket for the G.Love show or whatever, the ticket's gonna be an NFT, right? And that's to know that you can't scalp it, but you could trade it, and just keeping track of everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think probably a lot of people know your music and don't know that you're actually a physical artist. I have one of your rugs in my house.
Oh yeah,
the Love rug.
Cool. Man. Yeah, thank you.
I got some G.Love art on my floor, putting out the coals on the floor. So now let's talk about exactly then. So obviously there's a lot of applications. You got really interested in it. What made you take the leap, and what are you actually doing with it?
We're going to be releasing Juice Gang, which is the first series of 10,000 unique pieces. That's a regenerative NFT, right? And so there's 10,000 pieces, and they're all based on the animations of this artist named Andre Solar, who did all my animated videos for my Grammy-nominated record, The Juice. So it's a year anniversary from the record coming out, and we're celebrating the 1 year anniversary of my first Grammy-nominated record, and just busting in hardcore into the NFT space.
Told you the music industry wasn't fair. I couldn't believe that was your first Grammy nomination last year. What a scam, man. Come on. But I remember, I've known you so long that I remember having like a party. I think we were at Fluid in Philly for the record going gold.
Yeah, that's right.
I've known you since 1998 or 97.
Our first record came out in 1994 and sold like 1,000 records a week for 10 or 15 years, and then finally the record went gold.
But that I've heard a lot of artists. I heard Steve Aoki recently say, he was like, I don't spend time making music anymore. I spend time making music for NFTs.
Oh,
like
okay.
There's been a huge shift where I think a lot of artists are really focused solely on the NFT space, because you get to keep the money, the margin is there, you get to offer other things with it. Like I know you mentioned to me with Juice Gang, you're offering other things with it if somebody buys it, right? Talk about that.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of fun stuff. I mean, the first look will be, if you purchase one of the new NFTs, the Juice Gang, you'll get first dibs for our next release, when that happens. And we're gonna the big grand prize will be a private show at your house in your backyard. So we'll come set up the PA and have a party for as many people as you can fit in your backyard. No selling tickets though.
I mean, how cool is that though? Right.
That's
I
great.
mean, I feel like in the music industry, artists have been trying to sort of connect with their super fans for a really long time. And it's like, you can't sell someone a record and they get an experience with it. Right.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's all about connecting with your fans. And the other thing we'll have is we're going to offer four slots of 4 tickets and backstage passes to the show of your choice. And then, some just fun signed stuff and just memorabilia. But yeah, I mean, that's what we do is like just connect with our fans. And again, this is, I hope that the NFT launch of Juice Gang will, open the door to a lot of my fans, which maybe aren't in the crypto space yet.
Yeah.
And also try to, connect with some of the generation that's full on in the crypto space. Who the heck is G.Love?
But like, it's got to be amazing for you. I mean, you've obviously been in music for a really long time. You talked about 1994, right?
Yeah.
You've seen the evolution of everything basically in the music space, almost since vinyl, but not quite. I guess we're not that old, but yeah, right. The full evolution. And so this has to be one of the most exciting things that you've seen on your path.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And just to your point, when my record dropped, my first record came out on cassette, CD, and vinyl. Not 8-track though. but yes, so that just gives you an idea of when I entered. Then of course, my newest release, which I'm working on right now, which is called Philadelphia, Mississippi, will just come out on vinyl and digital. I don't think we'll mess with CDs because who plays CDs?
Yeah.
But yeah, but I will be honest, when if you recall back in around 2001 or right before then, when Napster came out, and that was like digital piracy, right? And that caught the music business completely with their pants down, and they lost billions of dollars, and they're still reeling from it. And I got dropped from Sony Records in large part because of that. And everybody's just still trying to figure out how to sell records and how to make money doing this. And this is the NFT space is the first thing that's come along since 2001 that, again, this is giving the artist control and an opportunity to like bust into a different space. So again, it's like the Wild West. And
yeah, I mean, there's a world here
caught out of it.
Yeah, if you're a new artist right now, I could totally see you just going the NFT crypto route, playing shows in the metaverse with an avatar and never even hitting the road, and probably absolutely make a killing.
That sounds really great because, like one of the things you talk about is the value of time and, the time on the road and everything, especially, now I have a family and everything. Yeah. It's people, the music business, like you said earlier, it is a shitty business, man. And the only thing great about it is that you get to do what you love if you're a musician, what I mean? But there's a lot of it's historically been a terrible business and a business that's fucked over artists. So my sound guy, Chris Benedetto, in June, while we were all laid off, he invested $7,500 and just took a couple online crypto courses, and he's built a really great portfolio to the point that he's stepping off the road after 20 years and not coming back. So he's crushed it.
Sorry, I've been texting with him, so I don't think I had anything to do with that. But yeah, me and Chris, the people who don't know here, I toured with these guys a couple times. I mean, did we have more fun on the Summer Haze tour or in Japan? Which tour was more fun?
Japan was pretty fun. I mean, the Summer Haze tour was awesome, and also people don't know that Scotty used to be still is an awesome DJ, but used to play around town a lot in Philadelphia. So whenever I'd be off the road, I'd be like number one roadie because I was single at the time. So he's playing all his clubs and bang, bada boom, bada bang.
Life was good. So talk about we had a lot of fun. Talk about when it's coming out, what people can expect, where it's going to drop, all those things. So we have all the details.
I can't tell you the exact date right now, but it's coming out in the beginning of October. It's coming out on the Moonwalk's platform. Again, the name of the NFT is Juice Gang. the art featuring the art of Andre Solar, and 10,000 unique NFTs. Yeah, and that's all I'm gonna say right now.
I'm gonna try to win those tickets. Get backstage.
Yeah, and there's gonna and there's gonna be some incentives. So the minute anybody purchases an NFT, they'll be registered to win all those different cool prizes.
Sorry, people, that show's gonna be in my backyard, and I'm gonna open it in my own backyard. Well, man, thank you so much for doing this. So, where can people keep up with you after this? You have one of the best Twitter names out there.
At Glove.
All right, because it's Glove. It's G.Love, but you somehow got at Glove.
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, at G.Love with no period, at Glove on Twitter, at Philly G.Love, Philly Glove on Instagram, G.Love and Special Sauce on Facebook. Our homepage is philadelphonic.com. I'm repping the Eagles hat today for Scotty's time in Philadelphia, although you're probably a Georgia Bulldogs fan, I imagine.
I'm a Gator fan. Come on with that.
A Gator fan. Sorry. So why was it Georgia Bulldogs?
Oh, that hurts. That one hurts. Well, perfect. And everybody, I'm going to have all the information down in the description for everything that we have so we can share with you exactly what's coming up. And of course, I'll be sharing off his announcements and everything because that's how we do it. So, man, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm excited to see how your fans react and to see that new wave of fans come into the crypto space. We need them all.
Hey, thanks, Scotty. And, man, thank you so much. I've really been enjoying listening and tuning into you and have learned so much from you and all your guests. So big shouts out to everybody out there tuning into the Wolf of All Streets.
Thanks wait. Didn't you say you had a song?
Oh yeah, making that money, Scotty milk money, making that money. We'll send you the NFT.
I know. I gotta get. He did that over my intro music apparently, so I'm gonna get that. We're gonna get that recorded and laid down. I'm gonna change it up. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Thank you. Peace.